What's going on, everybody? I just want to go over my first few houseplants that I have got when I was first starting to get into houseplants. I have a couple over here that I have from the original collection, and then I have a couple I want to talk about, and I think I can find some photos of them as well. So I'm going to talk about 5 of them in total, and I have 3 of them here, 2 that have, it happens to the best of us, but they have they've been in the ground, in the trash. So let's jump right into it. We're gonna start off with a couple of the ones that are living. This is my Golem Jade here. So this actually was from a greenhouse, those little parking lot greenhouses that happen in the springtime and the summer that sell flowers. So this succulent was actually sold there. I think it was like $4 or so, and this is 2019, I think, when I picked this up, maybe 2020. I always forget, but it's about 6 years old at this point, no matter what, 6 years old-ish, but it was just a little 4-inch pot. Not even 4-inch pot, it's like a 1-inch pot. It's like this big, it was like 4-inch, like tall maybe, I don't know. It was not that big, it was like $3 or something like that, and I think I got off 50% off or something like that, and we've had it forever. I mean, it's changed pots maybe a handful of times or so, and it's still looking really healthy. This has survived 4 moves now, 4 going to a couple different apartments, a house, a whole bunch of different stuff. So this one's been a trooper. I love it. Super simple. I mean, it just sits on the windowsill, and I think I water it maybe once every other week, maybe once a week, depending on. I really just go off of like how dry these are, and if they're squishy, then I give it some water. And that's about it. So it survived this long, so it's gonna keep on trucking along. What can you expect? The next one is a ZZ. This was a super small one. I think it was just like one, I think it was this leaf or this stem. There's only one stem here. It's grown into 4 of them. There's a couple bulbs under here, so definitely took a little while. This is one of the first plants that I got from an actual local greenhouse here, not just from a big box store or a parking lot sale or whatever. So this has been with me same amount of time as the other one, maybe a little bit less. I think this one's maybe 5 years or something like that. But it's still kicking along. These ZZs, I swear they do not die. They will never die. Just can't give it too much love. And I mean, it is awesome. It's in the corner. It is very dusty. This one definitely needs to be cleaned. But I mean, these things are just troopers. We have the Raven ZZ right here as well. This is the last couple of years I've had this one, but this is the original one, the original ZZ that I picked up in my collection. I have 2 that I want to talk about that are no longer here. And then my last one's sitting right over there. It's a huge one. That one's I've had the absolute longest out of all of them, but the one that I truly loved, my very first houseplant, and it was sad when it left, right? It was sad when it died, but it lasted 4 years. So probably about a year ago it died. It was the bonsai. I've talked about this a couple times, but it was a bonsai tree from IKEA. I think it was like $16.99 or something like that from the IKEA little garden center at the very end, right before checkout. They have all their plants and stuff, and I got it there. And I had that forever, pretty much, and that was my first one. So you have to give me a little slack. I never trimmed it up, I never chopped it back, so it would grow thicker bases. So it was very just pretty much sticks pointing out of everywhere from the stem, which I've learned my lesson, but I miss that thing a lot. I just got another bonsai I'm gonna try out. Again, it's a juniper bonsai, but that bonsai it will be missed. It definitely will be missed. And the other one that was part of my original collection was a string of hearts. That one died pretty fast. It was like 2 or 3 years old only. That string of hearts, I think I killed it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it was a weird thing, because I was, like I said, very young, very starting to get into houseplants. I'm like, I'm gonna put it in this old tin can that I have, right? And it was a loose leaf tea can. I'm like, this is fine, right? No, it really wasn't fine, because I didn't put any drainage holes in it whatsoever, and it started to rust after a couple years. I'm like, it's fine, and I should have definitely moved it. It definitely got root bound and root rotten at the same time, or one after the other, and just was not a good play on my part. We do have another string of hearts here that we picked up a couple weeks ago, so that one is looking way better, and I've learned my lesson. I'm not gonna put it in a metal pot anymore, or a metal container, so definitely learned a lesson. And let me show you guys the last one. 6.5, 7 years old, and it is a big one. I talk about this one a lot here. I'm going to show you. It is my other jade here. This thing is huge. This is the same place where I picked up the string of hearts and my golem jade. This thing is just absolutely massive. Like, I don't even know how it's got this big, but it is in a huge pot. We keep giving it some love. It has 2 stakes in here at this point, but this has been with me, I mean, forever. This one's also survived a whole bunch of moves. It sits right next to this one as well on the windowsill. So 2 succulents sitting right next to each other. I'm very happy they have survived the Midwest winters the last couple of years. Definitely keep them away from the windows sometimes if we need to, but they are very resilient. Like I said, they just need some water. But let's just take a look at how massive this thing is. This thing is, it's growing like a weed always, and it is winter time, so it's just gonna keep growing and growing and growing and growing. So just fertilizing it and watering it, that's all it needs. But definitely probably my favorite houseplant that I have in my collection just because of years. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this forever and keep passing this down. I know these plants are, you can see them at garden centers for like $300 for the huge ones, because those are like 10 years old. So this one's grown on, 7 years or so. So it's definitely moving on and will be hopefully with us for a lifetime. And you know, we're gonna keep pushing on. So let me know what your guys' first couple houseplants were, if you guys have a little collection like this, or if you just want to start getting into it. I mean, definitely some of these are not the smartest thing to go into, but these are actually really fun, very rewarding. This jade grows like a weed. This one's a little bit slower, but you love them all, right? I remember when I first picked these up, and you know, we're gone from 5 to, at this point I think we're went up to like 80, and then down to, I think we're in the 50s now. So you know, we've ballooned up and then we've came down, and still these 3 actually have survived the entire time. We've lost a couple, of course, but what can you do? So just let me know which ones you guys have in the comments. I would love to hear about them. If you guys have any stories of how long you've had them for, or anything of the sorts, please let me know. I love hearing the stories about houseplants and how they came to be, or even how you got into houseplants, because my fiance got me into houseplants and I don't think I can ever go back.